Hello. So today I'm just gonna show you my recording setup and show you uh, what it looks like. So this is a picture of my recording setup, basically in my office. So you will see other tables here, and this is basically my table. So in my table, so I have a monitor there. So this small uh, small thing here is actually my front webcam. So this is the webcam that I'm using right now. So that's my front webcam. So I have one ring light, and I use a boom arm stand, which is originally designed for a microphone, but I'm utilizing it to hold my overhead camera. So in this part here, this is where I place my overhead webcam. And currently, if you will notice, this is actually a phone holder, a smartphone holder. So I'm using my smartphone as my secondary webcam, my overhead webcam. So if you will notice, my table also, it's white. So this is actually a PVC sheet. So I placed a PVC sheet all over the surface of my table, and this PVC sheet is actually whiteboard marker friendly. So what you see right now, this is my overhead camera. So I'm actually writing right now on the whiteboard, and that's the reason why I can point to my presentation. I can overlay, I can write over my presentation because I'm using a whiteboard. So I can write over it, I can erase it, and I can write it again. So PVC sheet. Uh, all of these things, the webcam, the ring light, the boom arm stand, the PVC sheet are just very cheap. You can buy it cheaply on online shops. So in my background, you will also notice that I'm using a green screen. So I'm actually sitting here right now. This is my chair, and at the back of my chair, I have a green screen. So right now, my front camera is using an effect called chroma key. Chroma key is very useful if you have a green background, if you want to erase the green background. But for my overhead camera, since my table or my background for my overhead camera is white, then I'm using a color key. So a color key is uh, useful if you want to erase backgrounds other than green. So chroma key is good for green. For the rest of the colors, you can use a color key. So I also have right here a book stand. So this one is my book stand. So this is actually a book stand. And I place my notes here, my book or my notes here whenever I do a recording. So this is for my Codigo. And you will also notice I have a small sign here, so you do not disturb. So I usually place this facing this door. So we have a door here. So I place that facing the door so that whenever someone comes in through the door, they will not ask me a question. They will not disturb me. So they can just go on with their business there in their own tables. But they must not make sound or additional sound so that there will be no background noise. Okay, so that's basically my recording setup. So if you have a laptop, then you don't need to buy a webcam. So you can just use the webcam of your laptop And if you have a phone, then you can use that phone as an overhead camera. So you just need to buy maybe a light source, say a ring light, a something to hold your overhead camera. In this case, I'm using a boom arm stand and whiteboard. If you have a big whiteboard, you can place it in your table so that you will no longer need for a PVC sheet. That's also okay. And of course, green screen. You need a green screen for your background, but any solid color actually will do. If you just use color key. The disadvantage of color key, for instance, when using a white color key, is you will notice my fingernails are actually also erased because some parts of my fingernails are actually in a similar with has a similar color with my the whiteboard or my PVC sheet. That one, that's just one disadvantage, but it's just okay. I usually use my a pencil to point things in my presentation. So I'm pointing right now to this object, I'm pointing right now to this object, I'm pointing right now to this object. So I usually use a pen or a pencil to point things because if I use my pointing finger, you will notice that my fingernails are erased. So that one. Actually, this can be fixed by proper lighting. If you add additional lighting such that the difference in color between the PVC sheet and your fingernails are, or the contrast between the white PVC sheet and your fingernails are enhanced, then this will not happen to you. Okay. So right now by the way, I'm using a Droidcam OBS app to use my phone as a webcam specifically for OBS. So I'm using, by the way, OBS for all this stuff. So that's it. That is my set.